I finally have the front wheel on my cafe build, and that means it's time for me to swap out the front chock that came with the Harbor Freight lift that I purchased and set up specifically for this build. For the last stage of the build, the clamp actually worked well because I just fabricated this wood mount to hold the front axle while I didn't have a wheel, but now that I do, I need something that has a little more support to hold it correctly, and also that is rubber lined so that it don't damage these nice custom Buchanan wheels that just went onto the bike. So in my Harbor Freight lift video that I posted about a month ago, a lot of commenters made mention that I should install a replacement chock. I ordered it almost right away, but didn't bother to install it since this solution was working well for me. Going to install it now though. So I'm going to pull this off. I have this bike's on rear stand, so I'm going to actually just leave it on the lift because it doesn't need the chock at the moment. Install it onto this and get the bike back on. Should be a pretty simple install. I'm assuming the holes won't line up with the new one. Hopefully some of them will, but we'll find out. This is pretty thick gauge steel, so I imagine some of the drilling will take a bit of effort, but I've got some good drill bits, so let's get going. So this product, I believe, was called the Vise front clamp from the Derek Weaver company. Was only $109 shipped, so pretty inexpensive, and it had really good reviews. And again, in the other videos that I did about the Harbor Freight lift installation was specifically recommended by the commenters. So at such a low price and with such good reviews, seemed like a no-brainer. So the product got here very quickly. It looks pretty simple. This looks like a front plate to prevent the wheel from coming off. This actually looks very similar to the one that's already on the bike, so I may actually just leave the other one on, but we'll see how it fits. These are the 2L pieces, I guess this way, that clamps the wheel together. The bag of bolts, and the winch to open and close the clamping L-shaped brackets. So the original clamp comes off with just the two bolts. They're both 17mm bolt and 17mm nut. So just had a socket wrench and a box wrench to pull those off. And I've got the new pieces in place. It doesn't look like any of the holes are going to match up, so everything will have to be re-drilled. But the right side has 6 holes that it just is firmly secured then to the lift. And then the left side has this winch that connects to this piece to move in and out to secure the wheel. So installation is just a matter of these 4 and those 6 holes, and that should be it. I think I am going to just leave this front bracket that came with the lift because it's, again, almost the same size as the other one. Plus then I don't have to re-drill any holes. And it's also slotted to move in and out, which gives me a little more variability if I'm using big wheels like these 18s on my cafe bike or the 10-inch wheels on my CT70. So I'm going to get these lined up, mark my holes, pull everything off, drill them, and bolt them in. That should be it. So I went to edit this video and I realized I didn't do a summary of the overall product. But the one thing that I don't like is this handle because it sticks out. about 6 inches past the edge of the lift, and I know coming around this corner I'm going to get punched in the kidney quite a few times. So I'm going to try to figure out some type of folding mechanism to fold it over so that it doesn't protrude out as much. But the way that it holds the bike is great. It's very sturdy. Still on the rear stands here, but even if it wasn't, there's no way this is moving anywhere. And I like these soft jaws against the tires just so that it's not any risk of damaging the rim and doing less marring on the tire itself. One other thing when you're doing this install to be mindful of is I got really lucky with these holes that I drilled that it didn't impact any of the cross bracing that was on the opposite side of the lift. But before you drill those holes, please take a look and make sure that it's not going to run into any trouble on the other side. But otherwise, pretty happy with the product. For $100, it's great. The fit and finish is about the same level of quality as the lift itself. But again, this is only a $400 lift, so a $100 front chock sounds appropriate. Anyway, if you got any questions about this, please leave them in the comments below. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks a lot.